Okay. So today we have The Darkness, and I believe in a thing called Love. Now, The Darkness has been requested a few times, and I've heard of them. I've heard other bands I like talk about them in interviews and such. And anyway, so yeah, I know of them, but I've never listened to them. So anyway, I guess that's the point of our reaction. So let's get into it today. I believe in a thing called Love. I guess is, maybe their signature tune. So anyway, let's watch the video, and hopefully it doesn't get blocked. But yeah, let's go. First listen to The Darkness. I should have turned off the lights or something.
Can't explain all the feelings that you're making me feel.
Oh.
My heart's in overdrive and you're behind the steering wheel. Touching you, touching me, touching you, God, you're touching me. I believe in a thing called love. Just a little bit of my heart. Maybe the chance we can make it now. We're looking till the sun goes down. I believe in a thing called love. I wanna kiss you every minute, every hour, every day. You got me in a spin, but everything is okay. Touching you, touching me, touching you, God, you're touching me. I believe in a thing called love. Just a little bit of my heart. There's a chance we can make it now. We can make it till the sun goes down. I believe in a thing called love. Get down.
God damn.
Touching you, touching me, touching you, God, you're touching me. I believe in a thing called love. Just a little bit of my heart. With a chance we can make it now. We'll be looking till the sun goes down. I believe in a thing called love.
I don't know why that thumbs up at the end got me. Okay, so I just want to check something here. This was released in 2003. Okay, I just wanted to check. Well, my God. So The Darkness, I believe in a thing called love. So coming into this, searching up the lyrics and stuff like that. I was seeing a few things where people talked about how, this was very kind of a throwback, a throwback to like glam rock and stuff. That was pretty much my only thing that I saw. The only thing I knew coming into this to expect, I guess. Okay, so it's like a throwback of some kind, and I'm thinking like glam rock, the 70s, 80s and stuff. And but I mean, they just went full on here, with how it started off, almost like reminded me of like an Eddie Van Halen, guitar part, how the song starts, riff, how it starts off, and then I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like I don't know, the whole way through. And then of course his multi-octave voice, I have to say as well, Justin Hawkins here on vocals, and Justin Hawkins, searching him up, I see that he has a YouTube channel and such, and I feel like I might have watched one of his videos before, and I never knew who he was or whatever, but I guess he has a YouTube channel and stuff, and his name sounds familiar, but anyway, I've never heard, listened to The Darkness, but either way, Justin, I mean, like I said, he has a multi-octave voice. His falsetto is just, I mean, every time he goes to that high register, it's perfection, and there's no crack in it or anything like that. His voice is perfect, and and the way he's talking about here, again, with I Believe in a Thing Called Love, again, I think about Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Queen, because again, I feel like probably they were influenced by Queen. Again, so many bands came to mind. I was thinking of like Queen, and of course, like I said, Van Halen, almost a little bit of AC/DC, to be honest with you, when with the guitar and drum parts, before Justin went into the chorus, I think it was. But anyway, now I can't remember. But, a little bit of AC/DC in a way, where it almost kind of sounded like Highway to Hell. I don't know what it was about that, but, the drum part of Highway to Hell reminded me of the drum part here at some points. But anyway, so many different bands, like I said, and I guess that's the point. This was a throwback, or maybe even a tribute, to some of their favorite bands, like I said, of Queen. And when you think of Queen, Freddie Mercury's voice, Justin's voice, had, a little bit of inklings of, Freddie's, I guess, just because he could go so high, just like Freddie could. And, and I think, for my money, I would think Freddie Mercury is the greatest frontman that ever lived. But anyway, and yeah, so it's just, I don't know, you can hear the influence that Queen had on them here, among other bands I mentioned. And, I was thinking, glam rock, I'm thinking, of bands like maybe The Sweet, or I don't know, something like that, where, I don't know I didn't know what to expect. And then all of a sudden, from the opening of the song, there's like a 10-second intro into it, and then all of a sudden here comes the music, and I was just blown away. Because again, and I'm thinking at the same time, again, I was like, this is a song from the 2000s, right? Like, this band, was formed in like 2000, I think. I'm just like, I didn't get that wrong, did I? And no, I didn't. But these guys just, the presentation they gave, obviously with the video is just, it's so, out there. It's so wild itself, and everything here is just so, it's just so wild. Everything here is just so, at 10, at an 11. From, like I said, from Justin's voice to the guitar to the video, and, showing the band. And they were just, having fun here. That's what really came across. They were having so much fun. And I would think that they had a lot of fun making this video. And just Justin's voice, every time he went into his high register, and, again, I just can't get over it. He was so good. So I move on to the personnel here. And of course, Justin Hawkins on vocals, guitar, synthesizer, and piano, and Dan Hawkins, who I would suppose is Justin's brother, is on guitar, and then Frankie Poulet, I want to say, but that just might be my French coming out, on bass. Anyway, Frankie on bass, and then Ed Graham on drums. And I talk so much about Justin's voice, of course, because that's what you're drawn to off the bat. But what really, the whole band came together to create such a magnificent, like I said, throwback, that was so, because again, I think about what was happening here, the early 2000s. I think about the garage rock revival with bands like the Strokes, or the White Stripes, or the Hives, which I love all those bands. And then you have someone like this coming at that time, and they're doing something completely kind of different. They're going way back, taking the 80s and bringing them to the 2000s. And it's just, I think about the whole dynamic and how this band, people might have missed the sound at that time, and then here comes The Darkness to bring it back, and I'm sure a lot of people were happy. But yeah, I was, I'm just, I'm still kind of blown away from what I just heard, because Justin's voice, and you can tell they didn't, they didn't take themselves too seriously. In the video, you can tell with the lyrics, some of them are just kind of, the lyrics kind of nonsense in a way, but also kind of, they're true in a way as well, though. But I just love the writing and just how much fun they had all over the place on this track. So anyway, getting into some of the lyrics now. With the first verse, Can't explain all the feelings that you're making me feel. My heart's in overdrive, and you're behind the wheel, or behind the steering wheel. And it's just like, that's just that line, you're behind the steering wheel. It's just kind of a fun line, kind of a throwaway, kind of, like I said, funny, but at the same time, it makes sense, and again, we're talking about how, Justin, anyways, in the song here, talking about a special somebody that he likes, and how, again, almost, I'm getting almost some kind of, what's that band? Hold the phone. Some Steel Panther vibes, a band like that, where it's kind of, I don't know, I guess it's kind of a parody in a way, but, you could tell they love, glam rock era, and you could tell that, the Darkness love that too. But anyway, talking about a special somebody here, and Justin is just all in on them. And then, of course, the pre-chorus, touching you, touching me, touching you, God, you're touching me. Again, it feels like that sensation that Justin feels whenever this person touches him, and, that touch, is just, he's close to a climax, I guess. And then we go into the chorus. I believe in a thing called love. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart. There's a chance we could make it now. We'll be rocking till the sun goes down. I believe in a thing called love. Oh, whatever. All the oohs and stuff go on. But anyway, and again, it's just, like I said, the lyrics aren't, very, that complicated to get all this stuff, which I love, because it's like they had so much fun to do this, and they had so much, and this was so relatable and easy to take in for so many people. And it's just like, it's such an accessible track. My God. And then we go on with the first solo, which is just nuts in the bridge there. And then the second verse, I want to kiss you every minute, every hour, every day. You got me, you got me in a spin, but everything is a-okay. Again, it's just so much happiness going on here. Even if, at the same time, he's talking about, if, I don't know if he ever, if he's going to get this girl or not, maybe that's still in question, but he's just having so much fun. And the way he's delivering all these lines is just, it's it's a-okay to me as well. And then we go into the pre-chorus, touching me, again, touching you, touching me, touching you, God, you're touching me. And again, just like, again, he's about to blow. And then the chorus one more time. And again, there's not too many lyrics here. And then we have the outro, I believe in a thing called love. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart, and that goes on again. Again, it's just, it's so accessible. It's so easy to take in. It's so easy to vibe to, as they say. Such a good feeling song. And, talking about love, talking about relationships, whatever, and then bringing it back, with that Queen sound, again, the Van Halen sound, the AC/DC, all these bands that I talked about come to mind, and how just such a throwback of a tune. I really enjoy this. Holy shit. And the way, just Justin's voice, again, I'm gonna have to listen to more of The Darkness, because I gotta see, if Justin is always on, is always top notch like this, because holy shit. But anyway, I did want to talk about it as well, because I talked about the lyrics and such, and, I like to read some quotes every now and then. So it does say, on Song Facts here, because I guess Justin did a interview with Song Facts where he talks about the lyrics of that goes on, this is not Justin talking about, just, someone writing this. The lyrics of this may seem nonsensical, but they connect in their own way. He goes on to say, some of the most stupid stuff is the ones that people sing at you, and that always makes me smile, Justin said in a Song Facts interview. He said, things like my heart's in overdrive and you're behind the steering wheel, well, that's just daft. But in the right way. It's not too stupid, and it's not clever stupid. Just daft. And that's quite uplifting, I think, where it makes people feel like they're part of something innocent and pure. He goes on, I think that's quite challenging, actually, because being daft in the right way is very difficult. I've only done it, well, a couple of times. That's probably one of them. So again, I just love how even he's talking about, the line, it's not really that clever. It's clever, stupid. And again, it's just like, but it's kind of dumb in the right way. And that's what I was trying to explain earlier, I guess. So that's why I wanted to kind of read that, where Justin's talking about that. And that's just the whole point of the song, I guess, that whole, because again, we hear so many songs about love and all this stuff. And it's just like, I love their take on, love here. I love their take on, being in love with somebody and just, wanting to kiss them all day long or whatever. And I just love this so much. And again, how he talks about, you have sometimes, your biggest songs, whatever, are songs you don't even understand what it's about. But when, like thousands or, 50,000 people, whatever, in a stadium are singing it back to you, it means something different to each one of those people. And that's just, and the band obviously, did that here, where, again, these lyrics mean so much to so many different people, and they mean something different to everyone. So anyway, I really enjoyed this. So yeah, The Darkness, I'm happy I finally came to The Darkness. Again, I just love the band name too, because of The Darkness. I didn't expect this to be so, wild for a band called The Darkness. I was thinking, is this going to become some kind of, heavy metal or something? I don't know. And I guess, it was kind of, metal at some points, because that was influenced, a little bit. But anyway, oh, my goodness gracious. So thanks for watching, I guess. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. And thank you for requesting The Darkness, another great British band. And this one might go on the playlist. I have to say that as well. So anyway, thanks for watching again. I'll talk to you guys again soon.